Hello and welcome. Today we're going to check out the Sheraton Hamilton Hotel in Canada. Now, this is a perfect location if you're staying in Hamilton, and obviously if you want to get to any of the Lego stores and use all the public transportation as well. Really, really easy to get to from the airport. So what we're going to do is we're going to go from a voiceover to actually speaking to the camera and vice versa. We're going to take a look at the hotel itself, the rooms, and then we're going to also check out the mall that is connected directly to the door where it's got a Starbucks and all those sorts of things. So it's really, really easy to wake up to in the morning. So there's a lot of different bits and pieces to come from this video. The video is only 12 minutes long, but I will do my best to give you as much room information as possible and just how good the location is on this, and obviously all the facilities that this hotel has to offer. So start with the hotel room, absolutely massive bed, and you can see the TV is huge as well. Now you've got loads of different bits and pieces you can do stuff with. So this thing, for example, where we're going to have a look at now, it's got a load of HDMI inputs and all sorts of jack inputs and stuff. So if you are going to traveling on the road and you've got a load of work to do, you have basically something for every different bit of technology. And if you are staying as a couple, not as an individual, that chair does move. The table's got some weight, but it is easy enough to sort of just to drag about if you want to, so you won't crack your shins on that. You then got a little table and a little chair in the corner, which obviously I did not use. And then you've got loads and loads of lights and everything around it. It took me a good 5 minutes to actually figure out you do not need your room key to power up the lights. So I was trying to do it in the pitch black and trying to film it with the torch on my phone at the same time, and it ended up being absolute misery. It was that painful to watch back. I did not actually add that into the video, but you can see TV massive. It's got everything and anything that you want on there, and it also does have anything on demand. So if you want to sign into your own Netflix and things like that, then obviously you can do. That's if that's your kind of thing. Then you've got a fridge that was absolutely silent, which was nice, and it did come with complimentary water, which is always a nice thing, especially in the summer when it's a little bit toasty. You got loads of drawers to put all your different bits and pieces, but what I was amazed about is just the size of the washroom and shower facility, which we will be taking a look at in a second. Once we've gone through all that, then I'll take you around a full hotel tour, because there's lots and lots of different bits and pieces on offer.
Now, I was going to do this as a voiceover because I'm just so tired, but this is absolutely ridiculous. Like I would have said in the voiceover, this is the first time I walked in, first time I turned the lights on, and I cannot get over how much space is in here. It's almost like it used to be a wet room. This thing's incredible. So like I probably already said in the voiceover, I'll keep you up to date with how the room goes. I'll probably do a little bit of a catch up right at the end of the week, or I'll just say it in the voiceover, like over the hotel with regards to what the shower and all the other facilities and things are like as well. I think, to be fair, it might be a hybrid because you've got the different showers at the top and you've got that one down at the bottom. But if they're like this in every single room, everybody's spoiled with regards to the size of bits and pieces. Obviously you've got stuff you can hang up on the wall. That's a couple of things that would check. See what's in here. So we've got iron board, iron, coat hangers, big safe, and some other little bits and pieces. But this room is absolutely stunning. As you can see, it is absolutely massive. So the morning after the night before, and what a view that is. We've got all sorts of different bits and pieces that we can have a look at, which we'll take a better look at the end of this video. Now, quick walk around of the room at daylight, because it's always a bit hard to see what it's like at night. But before we crack on and have a super quick last look at this before the video finishes, I'm now going to add in all the different bits and pieces from the actual hotel, just like the gym and all those little bits and pieces. So we'll go back to a voiceover, and then we'll come back to here. We'll recheck out that amazing shower and one or two of where the USB charging points and stuff are in the room, which actually works out to be quite handy. Right, I told you it's a beautiful looking hotel. Now let's have a look at this. We have this thing here. This is where I charge all my batteries up. This is included within the hotel. So you've got one plug, two USB. Nice and simple. Obviously, you just plug the USB bit in. That's my phone. They're now all charged from the night before. Absolutely splendid. Now, sometimes in hotels, they have them in the bottom of the clock, and they've got them on both sides. The only thing is, because I've got this whole thing to myself and my imaginary, well, not even friend, because I don't even have a pillow, there's nothing on this side. So I have had a look, but on the opposite side, there's actually nothing there to charge your phone, to charge your bits and pieces or anything. So you either have to plug it in at the back just there, which is absolutely fine if you've got your travel plug, and there's more of the travel plugs that you can put down here, or you've got your other bits and pieces if you need to. This is obviously some full-blown unit where you can just get all your work and stuff done if you wanted to. So that's a fully blown table. So yeah, nice and simple. Now, the lazy feature that I found. Come with me. You can see it's 8 o'clock in the morning. I had a really nice sleep. Lazy feature, where is it? How can I do this without getting soaking wet? Now, you can set, there you go, look. So I've set it so you can have the showers That shower going one way, that shower going the other. You don't have to turn. And that's splendid. And I've got to get my arm back in now without getting soaking wet. There you go. That was a good lazy feature for last night, but no, this room is absolutely spot on. So if you're thinking of staying here, highly recommend it. Really, really simple, really, really easy. It's connected directly to the mall, which I will try and actually add in, either already added in, or I'll add in at the end of this video.
Right, enough of that. We are away. I've mixed that up, but it does not matter whatsoever. I was far too tired to actually get the words out. So we're back to the very, very first night. So I've literally just dropped the bags off. I've left the hotel room, and now we're going to explore. So we're going to explore this over 1 or 2 different nights. That's why it'll keep pinging from night to day, but it's definitely worth it. So that is the view outside of the window that we first came up on. Then you go down the elevator, and then you are where, well, you can clearly see you've got a nice swimming pool, and then as we spin around there'll be a nice gym facility as well. That area on the outside we will explore during the day. There's some beautiful views of that, and it's very, very nice to wake up to. So big fitness centre, all different matrix bits and pieces. So you can see on here that you've got basic treadmills, you've got your ellipticals and all that kind of nonsense, and then you have got a little free weight area, and then I think there's just like a little stretching area and a cable machine as well. So it's something for everybody with regards to that. It's a good sized gym. Obviously it does overlook the pool as well, so if you're going down with your family and you've got your kids in the pool with the other half, and then you want to come in and train, at least you can see them when you're running on the treadmill, so it keeps everything nice and simple. Obviously you've got all the towels. You can see that you've got your waste, and then you've got your used towels as well. You've got all your sweat bits and pieces to clean everything off, which is a nice thing. And then I think what I'll do is I pan round and look to the other side, and then you can see that you actually do have a shower facility. That's why I came back to this bit just to the right hand side, so you can shower when you get in and get back out again, which is always a nice thing to do. So that's your showers just there. And again, a little bit further back is where we'll be looking at in a second. Now it took me a little bit while to figure out that you can't actually go through these doors, because these were always locked. I don't know why they were locked from the inside, but if you were to actually then walk back into the pool and then push the door, you could then come back through that way. Now, but I don't know if I'd like to be just where these rooms are to the right hand side, because where that brickwork is and that window there and the other window, that is actually a room. It's all well and good because obviously you can open up the slidey door and then get out when it's sunny. And I would imagine you'd be able to use that as an extended decking, maybe in the evening, if you know you're not supposed to. But you'd have every single person walking past there during the day, especially in the mornings when everybody's waking up. So I'm glad I was where I was. I had a really nice view. So now we're going to have a good look around. So we're still on the first night. I had no idea where I was going, but you can see there's everything there. You've got the restaurant lounge, all the different ballrooms and stuff were set up for the massive party, so you couldn't walk in there, but obviously they're just oversized rooms. You've got a nice little 3D map, so you can see all those little bits and pieces as well. And like I said, I've literally just dropped and dragged different bits and pieces in from different days, so it's not going to flow perfectly, but obviously you can easily explore the hotel when you're in here by yourself. But we do head down into the big shopping complex, which I find extremely bizarre, because you can cut through that to get into the hotel and vice versa. But this is sort of where you can eat, your evening bar, your little restaurant and different bits and pieces in there. Then on the other side up top you can have your breakfast and things again if you wanted to. I didn't. I just ended up getting myself a monster and a chocolate bar and just carried on. You've got this nice little walkway round. It's again really nice view. So over the other side, past that massive chandelier thing, you can see that you've got all the different areas that you can eat, sit and drink. Underneath the staircase, they've got the little fireplaces, and then there's a Starbucks in the far corner, and then you just walk off into a big shopping complex, and you can go off and explore. And this also took you over to, I do believe, a museum of all things, which we will try and explore, but then realise the door's locked on that as well, so it wasn't very successful, but I did what I could. So as we come through, you've got your disabled ramp to get back up into the eatery if you wanted to, and now I've just cut that little corner off. You walk in a straight line, you go through these doors that are open, but I don't think the museum itself was open, and that's where you actually saw all the flashing lights out at the start of the video, because this is what that bit overlooked. So whatever happened on that, it is what it is with that kind of thing. But you've got the big art gallery, but the doors themselves were locked, and they never were open for the whole time that I was staying there. So I don't know how you can actually connect through, but you can just go to the front door if you wanted to, because you can see you've got the Hamilton art gallery just underneath. So if that is your kind of thing, that is a bit that you could have walked over. Then you've got the other bit that you walk over, then you go through to the front door. Did not not manage to do that, nor did we actually wanted to go into that building anyway. But you can see where you get picked up, dropped off, and everything out the front. As you run around, you've then got all these different bits and pieces where you can sit down and obviously do all your computer work and things like that as well. So it keeps it nice and easy. If you are coming here for more business rather than pleasure, you have got all these different areas that I guess you can use as sort of more like meeting rooms if you wanted to. And then don't forget, you've got the bigger rooms if you are going to have a huge amount of people doing bits and pieces. So location wise, it's really, really easy to get into Hamilton. You can then just get onto the subways, you can get onto like all the up bits and pieces and get on the trains and things. That's all going to be available in just a random playlist that I've created, probably how to get around playlist. Now, where I'm stood in the hotel. They're the doors that are open currently, and then you can just walk into the big shopping complex, and to the right-hand side, it's that Starbucks. So you can actually cut through the Starbucks, and then there's the hotel. So that wet floor sign, that's the hotel. That's the sign to the hotel. The doors are, I guess, open 24/7, because you can push through them late at night. And then you have this huge area that you can walk around, and then you've got a nice bit where you can just grab yourself some snacks and drinks if you wanted to. I think it's some like almost like Chinese market, I think. And then yeah, it's a really, really simple thing. So this is just like a little snippet of what's to come, but you can see just the scale of the things. I think they're all offices up top, and then ground level is obviously where you can just grab all your food, drink, and all the other little bits and pieces. Now we're back in the hotel. This is just obviously beside the check-in bit. So if you wanted to grab yourself some snacks or grab yourself a very, very quick like breakfast, there's what you can see is there. I think you have some pot noodles and some other little bits and pieces. You've got some tissues, you've got some ice creams, you've got some drinks and crisps and all that sort of nonsense. So you've got those little bits and pieces if you wanted to, and then you've got some Snickers and Twixes. Not a massive amount of selection, but then again, this was mid-morning, I think, or actually it's quite early morning, so they probably haven't actually done it. Lifesavers are just our UK polos. They weren't too bad. The fruit polos were quite nice. Then you got a little ice and drinks machine, which I think they had one of them on every single floor as well. That is now back at the reception areas. You can see you've got the little fireplaces, and that's the staircase that we walked up at the very, very start. So again, that looks very, very smart. And now we're on to the outside, and I do believe this is probably where we're going to finish the video as well. So it was a beautiful sunny morning, so I made the most of this and just sat down and relaxed a little bit and just sort of soaked it all in. And then we end up getting lost and going for a massive explore of Hamilton. And then there's a load of other Lego shops and things like that to come as well. But guys, I am slowly starting to run out of time. So if you can like this video and subscribe to the channel, that'd be absolutely fantastic. There's loads of these videos available with all the different hotels that I've been to around the world and the different locations as well. So if it helps you out, then obviously head over to those. We've got them from America, Dubai, and other places further afield. But where you are stood, sat, and looking at these amazing buildings did look very, very impressive. And these chairs were nice and comfortable as well. But don't forget, just those little steps just to my right-hand side, there are some hotel rooms just there, so be wary of that. If you don't mind it, it doesn't matter. But I was quite surprised that they had it perfectly in line with this. But again, at the same time, the view would have been absolutely stunning. And then you've got all of this to look at as you come through, because you did probably see at the very, very start, there's a massive convention centre where they do all the gigs and everything. And I think that's where they walk through and cut through to get to that big centre at the back. So that's just a hive of activity in the evening. So that would have been a really, really interesting place to stand. But guys, that is it. I am done. So guys, as always, thank you very much for watching. You lot take care, and I'll see you next one. Ta-da.